right, we're headed out from Benchmark, and the trail is really good. The weather is incredible. Couldn't ask for better hiking, honestly. But we just found out from two people that the reservation is gonna be closed for the summer. So we're not gonna be able to go through East Glacier, which is where the CDT goes through Glacier. And so we're gonna have to do something that we don't want to do. We're gonna have to get off at Marias Pass, just south of Glacier. That's okay though. We'll probably come back and do that section. We'll just kind of save it for a later date. But we're gonna continue our CDT hike southbound from Butte once we get up there. So we'll skip back down to Butte where we got on and continue southbound to New Mexico. Both pretty excited about that. You see this guy?
Just enduring a little bit more hail.
All right, we got a pretty good river crossing right here. There's the other side of the trail. We're going to cross here. And here's our fearless brave, ready to cross the raging rapids. She's just being dramatic.
What? I am not being dramatic.
We started noticing down feathers floating around in the tent, and so we were like, that's bad news bears. That means there's a hole in a sleeping bag, and we found the hole in my quilt, and to patch it until we get to town, we're gonna put a Band-Aid over it. We are trying something really fun and new tonight. So we are in our tent, but we have our rain fly half off. So it's up here, but then we folded it over. That way we can enjoy this gorgeous view. And we've already seen an otter and a beaver playing out there.
It is a wet and dreary day, and we have lots of snow, and it's pretty cold. I checked the thermometer, my thermometer this morning, and it's 45.
Ooh.
How do you feel about that, Brave?
I actually feel grateful because the snow is packed hard.
Yeah.
And so there's not as much post-holing.
Yeah, it's very nice.
There is post-holing in some places, so poor Gringo's feet, but
Not too much.
not as much as there could be.
You kind of stay up on top of it. It's pretty good.
Oh, I don't know if you can tell, but it's snowing again. It's almost July. We're still getting snow.
All right, here is the Chinese wall. Apparently it's really beautiful. It's a little poor weather, so we can't see much of it. But it still looks really nice.
He sent us the sun, and I think today's gonna be a really good day.
Beautiful views, but Navigating's going pretty slow because all the fresh snow yesterday covered up the tracks and the trail's covered, so we can't follow the trail or the footprints other people have left, and so we're having to use the map a lot. I feel like we're in The Sound of Music. There's all these beautiful yellow flowers. So the river that Gringo made it across so easily, I actually fell in that river, and he quickly and safely came to my rescue, which was amazing. So right now we are at Spotted Bear Cabin, and it's just like a really primitive cabin. Those are all bear scratchings on it, by the way. And like, we can't even go inside the cabin. We're just sitting on the porch. But it is amazing sitting on wood, and no electricity, no running water, nothing like that. But we're just sitting here cooking dinner, and it is the end of a really good day. We did 19 miles today. Feels like a lot more because of all the post-holing and walking in snow. And then we had a lot of river crossings in the second half of the day. And the really juicy river crossings, y'all don't get to see because we can't film them because we both have to go across them together. But we went across some really hard, high rivers. They came up to my bum, and I never could have gotten across them without Gringo, so I'm so grateful for him. Gringo being a champion in hanging our bear bags, even in the rain when it's cold, and he is so sleepy. It's so cold, my hand is shaking.
Woo! This is Firecracker Jack's daughter, and I'm feeling alive and well and ready to conquer this mountain!
It's so much fun, but you definitely get a cold tushy. Oh! You look like one of those Olympian
The bobsled team?
bobsled guys.
Maybe I should try out once we get done with the Thruhike.
Maybe.
Apparently this chick digs it too. This is about to be my third one to go down. Gringo made it look so fun. Woo!
Another lake that is not supposed to be here, and that golden arch you see going all the way through is actually the trail. Wow, Gringo is in knees deep. Babe, you are committed. My gosh. So millions of mosquitoes are joining us for dinner.
Yes.
Literally millions. We're at another cabin thing tonight. And Gringo, tell us what you're eating for dinner. Tell us about your elaborate meal.
Cold-soaked macaroni and cheese because we ran out of fuel. But it doesn't look that bad.
So like maybe
And
4
tuna.
hours ago, he put this macaroni in a bag of water, and he's just been soaking it in his pack.
It got soft.
And it got soft, but it's ice cold. Yeah. I'm eating cold oatmeal. Then I'm gonna try to make a little bit of macaroni. It is past 9 p.m. at night, and we are still cruising. And look at that sky. I am all about these long summer days, but not all the mosquitoes. My socks are personal. We had cell phone service this morning for the first time in 9 days. So we called our parents, and they were so excited to hear from us. And it was really cool because my mom told me that my 5th grade Sunday school teacher, Miss Lindquist, and my choir director from our whole childhood, Miss Liebram, both reached out to her to find out how we're doing on the trail. And I just think that's really neat. So thank you guys for keeping up with me. That's really cool. Gringo, how do you like hiking in the mud?
Muddy feet, muddy socks. All right, quick update from what happened yesterday and where we're headed. We're still in the Bob. We are doing very well. The sun is shining down. Jesus is very good. But yesterday was also an awesome day. We're hopeful that today is another awesome day. We ran into two guys who were southbounders as well, and got to talk to them, joined them for lunch, and had a good time with them. But one of them showed us a
video, and
Yeah.
this was a super like stout, burly man, and he had been at a river crossing yesterday morning and got caught up in the current, and he had his phone strapped to his chest, so he videoed the whole thing, but he got caught up in the current and went under, and he was tied up in it for a minute before he was able to get out. And you might not think a minute's a long time. It's a long time.
just
when
going
you're
up
underwater.
and down out of the water. And
It was
yeah.
insane. And when he got out, his legs were covered in blood from just hitting rocks and trees. And it was intense. So we approached that river with a lot of caution and just knowing that we needed to really assess the situation and be sure that we crossed in the proper place and at the right time.
And we were just like, well, this does look pretty bad, but we got to do it, and we're going to do it responsibly. So we approached it the same way that we do all of the heavy river crossings that we've done, where we grab each other's shoulders and go across real steadily. So it actually had two branches to it. So the first branch, we went across that way, and it got basically waist deep on Brave.
It was up to my belly button.
Yeah, and it was rushing real fast. And we got about 3/4 of the way across, and at that point it was real deep and it was super strong. So usually I have Brave on the upstream side of me so that I can kind of brace her really well. But then the stream just caught her really strongly and flipped her around so that she was behind me. And
Which is not good because I'm not strong enough to support him at all.
Yeah, so then I kind of had to hold her up, but we were so close to the shore that we ended up just kind of inching our way across.
But he's not giving himself the credit he needs. His muscles were like bursting. He was holding me so strong, and it was literally, he had to work overtime because
My skinny arms were putting extra work in.
They were so strong, and he got us safely to shore, and I literally would have been swept away in the current and downstream and cut up even worse than that man yesterday if Gringo hadn't held me so tightly and gotten us safely to shore, and so I'm so grateful.
All right, guys, it was a very, very long day, and it is over. Really super proud of my wife. I gotta take a minute to sing her praise. We just did a 30-mile day to wrap up our last full day in the Bob Marshall Wilderness, and she was a champ. She was so positive. It was her idea. She really wanted to get to town early, so we're making it out a day early. We're gonna hike out tomorrow, the last 15 miles, and get a hitch in. It's been a long 2 weeks without town, and we're ready. We're ready to get out, and I'm so proud of my wife crushing those 30 miles.
I could not have done it without Gringo. He served me so well. He got my water. He gave me the last Snickers bar that he's been saving for 2 weeks. He treated me like a queen.
She also relied on her baby making podcasts. She loves those things, so that really got her through the day.
Okay, podcasts about pregnancy and birth.
Yeah, baby making. All right, time to wrap up today.
Yeah.
I'll take them if you want.
Oh, I'm good. But any steak sauces for you guys? Anything else?
I think this is good.
Good. I'll be back in a few minutes to make sure it's cooked okay.
Okay.